Alright, I got another idea. And this one may just be my stupidest idea that I might ever come up with. Or at least the second worst. So this class is what I designate as Shotgun Class. And yes, you could say, oh, the rough cut. Oh, that shoots multiple shots? That's a shotgun. No, it's not a shotgun. By definition, a shotgun shoots multiple projectiles from a single shot shell. And unlike most Nerf guns, it'll shoot multiple projectiles from multiple barrels. Only two weapons I'd actually include as shotguns would be the Atlas, considering they're both chambered in the same spot to fire, and the Sledgefire. Sledgefire I would consider one of Nerf's only shotguns because it actually uses a shotgun shell. Unlike the rough cut, which uses two different barrels, so technically it's not a shotgun, more like it is a double burst, if you will, rifle, technically. But even rifle doesn't even work in Nerf terms either, so whatever. The idea of this class is to be as stupid as possible and run with a rough cut. Not Sledgefire. So, simple enough. Sledgefire is my primary. Is it smart? No. But where it shines is when you see a group of people, you can shoot into them, a lot of them at the same time, and have a decent chance of hitting something. 3 shots is, well, 2 more than 1. So, duh. And I'd probably say, though, if you use this competitively, because I actually got a chance to use this along with secondary and a Nerf war. This thing was good at close quarters only. You take a shot, you hide away as much as you can, try to disappear, so that way they don't know where you are. That's how it worked. And I actually got into, a 5 kill streak using this, and got several kills throughout the night using the most useless Nerf gun ever, apparently. Close quarters, this thing is great. I wish there was a dual-barreled version or a Gatling gun that had these shells, which would also be really, really sick. But this is all we have to work with. So, I make do. The Sledgefire, when I'm not using it, although chances are that's not going to happen much, I have a leg holster, and I'll have to take a separate picture to kind of show you what it is. But the leg holster has it on the lower half of my leg. It is easy to reach, but also when I'm kneeling down, the stock doesn't get in my way, it doesn't butt into me or anything. If we're up on my upper leg, well, you can kind of see it's being... That's not comfortable. Especially if you want to squat down. Go no. No. I'm not doing that. Okay? Stupid. Now, as you can kind of see, this is what I use to hold my ammo, on top of having the 3 in here. I can hold 6 shots in here, and the idea is these ones are loaded rounds. They're also easy to kind of load the darts in from the front. But whenever I take one, shoot it off, and I have a spent round, I can throw it in here, and it's easier to reload because, one, if I have a shell in here and I'm aiming, this is all the way over here. It's a little more awkward to load. So if I want to just kind of drop a shell in, and drop a dart in, I can do that without having too many issues. And then I can easily drop a dart in, pull the trigger. Easy enough, right? And then when they're loaded, just put them back in here. Now, yeah, I only have 3 shells on me, but you know what? I only have 1 Sledgefire, and I just stole the shells from another guy's Sledgefire in order to have 6 shots. Yeah. Now let me put this thing out of my way. Now for secondary, I didn't actually run the secondary I wanted to do. Originally, I wanted to run the Lawbringer. And the Lawbringer, I wanted to run it because I don't know, I just felt like these two would look good together as a combo. But what I ended up doing is I didn't do that because I figured there's a girl at the wars that likes using this, and considering this is the only one I have, I'm gonna let her use it. So I didn't actually use this, although I did end up using it in, I do use it in HVZ for my medium weight loadout. I ended up using the Stockade, which, oh yeah, so familiar. I use this in the Sniper Scout loadout. It's a spammy gun, and the best way of using these, you know, I'll get to that in a little bit. I'll like just delete this section so that way you can't see me like changing my mind in midway and getting all frustrated and stuff like that. Although there is a third method of having a secondary, and my idea was having two of these, two hammer shots, and having them kind of chest rigged on up here. And I'll get to that in a second after I kind of go over the other options I had in mind for this class. Obviously, this would be really cool, and my preferred method would probably be actually running two hammer shots with a chest rig and the Sledgefire. So also one thing that I didn't use but I could have used was I could have used an ammo pouch. I ended up just kind of stuffing rounds in my pockets. I didn't use that instead. But I mean, there's no problem against this. I mean, you have a bunch of extra darts. So that way, it's easy. It's easier to store than jamming them in pockets. And the problem I have with jamming darts in your pockets is the fact that it bends up the darts and they don't fire very strong. They don't fire very well anymore, and it's not enjoyable. Now to kind of go over the premise of where this shines, where this is bad, if you need backup or not. And so the first part of backup, you definitely need backup if you're running something like this. Now, what I found out was that despite the fact that you have a single shot, unless they know you don't have anybody else around you, they're not going to rush you. It's actually rather impressive how well it could hold people back with a single shot Nerf gun. It was most definitely best for intimidation and room clearing, and also I'd say for backup is a must, because if you don't have backup, you're going to get rushed by better players or people at the equal level who are just being smarter and not using something so stupid. But what I found out was that having the secondary, that the main purpose for having a secondary is something that you can shoot and operate with one hand. Now, something like a Strife, I would even say I wouldn't have a problem with that if you have a little holster for it. But as long as you have something for a secondary that can be single-handed operated, you're golden. Because the great part about that is, a lot of times I found myself doing this, where I'd switch the Sledgefire to the offhand, because you don't need to be as accurate with it, and take my secondary in the other hand, so that way, take off a shot with Sledgefire, and just spam down the rest away with secondary. It worked half the time, it didn't. This class is a 35% success rate. If you're good, if you can figure out how to adapt, yeah, try it if you're really looking for something interesting. But there's not much smart ideas to using something like this. With that being said, I'm the idiot here. I'm willing to be stupid to have fun. Although one more note is this is really stupid because this is really, really tight and almost impossible to take off. Velcro or some kind of elastic or some adjustable method is a lot smarter than this, because this is really tight. Might be good, Also might be bad. It really hurts. Or not really hurts, but it really hurts to get it off because it takes freaking forever. Ever.